So hello everyone. In last video, we have seen about functions and references. So as I told in the last video also that we will be doing some problems on functions in this. Okay. So let's solve one more problem of functions. So that is the first problem is define a program to find out whether a given number is even or odd. Okay. So let's create a function for it. So it will tell we will create two functions. One is even and one for odd. Or we can create one single function. So let's create one single function only. Void even odd. It will get one integer a. Okay. So how to check whether a number is even or not? So for that, if we are dividing a number by 2, then that if that number is completely divisible by 2, then it is an even number, and if it is not, then it is an odd number. So as I mentioned in the previous videos, that this operator, this operator we used for find out the remainder. If the remainder is 0, then we'll be getting it is as even, and if remainder is 1, so it is odd number. So let's calculate. Okay, so if we'll be using if conditions. If a factorial 2 equals to 0, if it is, then we will print C out even, else we will print C out. So only as we are dividing number by 2, then it can have only two remainders, 0 and 1 only. So that's why the other cases will be coming in else part only. So odd. Okay. So let's run the code. Okay. Before running it, let's use it. Okay. I am giving one input. C input X. Okay. So even odd of X. Let's check whether the number is even or not. So I'm running. Now I'm executing the code. The input is 6. It's called even. Again execute it. Even the input is 5. It's called odd. Okay. So this is how we write the functions. So now let's move towards the another topic. So we will be doing arrays in C++. Okay. So before diving towards the arrays, let me tell you about something about C++ math. So C++ math. So, as you know, in mathematics, we have something like minimum, maximum, sum, add. These are the functions in mathematics. Square root, power, sine, cos, absolute. Okay, so those functions we'll be using here. So it's already defined functions that we'll be using here. Okay, so how can we use? So in C++ math, in C++, we have C math library, C math header file, which contain which contain all the functions, okay, all the functions related to maths, like sqrt for square root, pow, pow for power, sine, cos, abs, etc. Okay, so let's use them here. I already added the iostream. Let's add cmath file. Okay, so we have added the cmath file. So let's see. C out. First of all, I'm using sqrt function, square root of 4. Then I will be using power function, power for 2, 4, 2 to the power 4. Let's see whether it give the result to us or not. Okay, so see, 2 square root of 4 is 2 only, and the power 2 to the power 4 is 16. So this is how these functions work. Okay, so lots of functions are there. You can check on Google about CMath library. You will find lots of functions that we'll be using. Okay, now let's go towards C++ arrays. C++ arrays. Okay, so in an array in C++ or B, it is any programming language. Okay, so whatever programming language you want to use is a collection of similar data types item. Like you want to store name of 10 students in a name of 10 students. Okay, in a program. So what you will be doing, you will be defining 10 variables, right? So it will be very difficult to handle 10 variables. So on the place of date, we creates an array. Array An array is a collection of similar data types and items. Like we will create an array of names. Like suppose we want to store the data of 10 students, then we will create an array of 10. Then that will store the array of 10 students data. Or it will store the data of 10 students. But they all must have the similar data type. Okay. So an array is a collection of similar data items stored at contiguous memory locations. So array will be like this. Suppose I am creating an array of 5 elements. So if its location is 4, then it will be 5, 6, 7, 8 like this. Okay. So in this way, continuous memory location will be there and can be accessed randomly using indexes. So this array have indexes. Indexes like we start the indexes from 0. This is called 0th element, first element, second, third and fourth. Okay. So 5 elements we have, then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the indexes. So they can be used, arrays can be used to store the collection of primitive data like int, float, double, char, etc. To add to it, an arrays can store derived data types such as structure, pointers, etc. We will be seeing it later. Okay, now questions comes, why do we need array? We need use normal variables like v1, v2, v3 when we have a small number of objects. But if we want to store a large number of instances like 1 lakh, 2 lakh instances we want to store, it becomes difficult to handle all those variables, right? So the idea of an array is to represent many instances in one variable. So we'll be having one variable, but we can access lakhs or 10 lakh items that we want to. Okay. So advantage of array is code optimization, random access, easy to traverse data, easy to manipulate data, easy to sort data. Disadvantage is that array have fixed size. Like while writing a program, if you decided that my array should be of 100, and if you want to increase its size, then you can't do it. You have to write the program again. Okay. So there are two types of array. Two types of array. One is single dimensional, another is multi-dimensional. Okay, so single dimensional and multi-dimensional. Let's see both types. First, we'll be going to a single dimension. Single dimensional array. So, and one dimensional array is a kind of linear array. It is a linear array like this. Okay, it involves single subscript. The braces is used for the subscript of the array to declare and access the elements. Okay, now the syntax, how to declare a single dimensional array. So its syntax is data type, then array name, then in square braces we'll be writing size of that array. And this is how we define the single dimensional array. In same way, we have multi-dimensional array. like two-dimensional or three-dimensional. Mostly we use for two-dimensional and three-dimensional. So an array involves two subscript. Here we were using one subscript. This one is this, and here we use two subscript. Okay, so it's known as two-dimensional array. They are also known as array of the array. Two-dimensional array are divided into row, column, and are able to handle the data of the table. Okay, so syntax for multi-dimensional array is syntax for multi-dimensional array is data type, array name, then first column will be row size, then the second column will be column size. Okay, so two-dimensional array will looks like this. This is the two-dimensional array. This is row number 0, 1, 2. These are column 0, 1, 2, 3. So suppose its name is A. Then we will define it integer type array. So int A of three rows and four columns. Then this is how the array will look like, and we can only store integer value inside it. Okay, so let's move three-dimensional array. So it will have three subscript. Okay, so now let's understand single dimensional array in details. So single dimensional array declaration, I already told you: type, array name, and then size. Okay, then one more type is type, array name, and then size equals to this. Okay, so let's define single dimensional array. There are two ways to define single dimensional array. Int a of this like 5, which is one way is this, another way is int b of 5, which is equals to empty. This means empty array. There is no elements inside it. Okay, now accessing the element. Now suppose I have defined one more array as of 3 integer type array we have defined. So I can pass three values in curly braces like 12, 13, and 14. Okay, now how to access these? The way to access first element, this element is its index. Its index is 0. Index starts always from 0 in array. So I want to access the first element to see out as of 0. Okay, so see, okay, one mistake I did. Not pass6.cpp, it will be arrays.cpp. Now execute 12. Okay, so we get 12. In this way we can access. This is accessing. Okay, in this way we access the array. Now how to change the element? Suppose I want to change the first element. So here initially I am writing the first element, printing first element. Now I am changing the value of first element, second element, sorry, which is equals to suppose 19. Okay, now again I am printing this one. Changing. So see, it's become 19. It's changed. Now how to traverse? For traverse, we will be using for loop, as we already seen. For int I equals to 0, I less than size of array. Size of array is 3. 3 I plus plus, and then we will be printing C out as of I. Okay. So see, 12, 19, 14. This is how we traverse the array. One more way to traverse the array is this one. This is first way. Now the second way is for by using for each loop. So for type is integer type, element L from array is, so this will directly print C out element. See 12, 19, 14. This is how also we can access the array. Now if anyone wants to ask you the size of array, what is the size of array is already defined, and how can you to print tell the size of array? For this we have C out size of array. We have function size of, then array, size of array is divided by one element size, which is size of size of okay, as of 0. This is how we calculate the number of elements in an array. This is 3 elements, right? Okay, so this is about all about the one dimensional array. Let's have some questions of one dimensional array. Then in next video we will be looking towards the two dimensional array. So the question is, write a C++ program to find the largest largest element of a given array of integers. Okay, so I am passing one integer to it. Let's have, okay, we will be defining one array int elements equals to elements. This is how also we can define without giving the size. We can just pass the elements 12, 11, 17, 99, 2, 4. Okay, now I passed. Now I will be creating one function void largest. Okay, void largest. It will get an array. Okay, an array and size of array. Okay, so I got the size of array and array. Or if we are not getting the size of array, then we can see the size here only. Okay, so first of all let me find the size of array. Int n equals to size of arr divided by size of arr of 0. Okay, this is how I have found the size of array. Now I will traverse for int I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. We have to find the largest element. So let's define int lar int le equals to, initially I will be defining it by largest. I need to int minimum, the minimum integer value that we can store in an integer type variable. That minimum value that we can store is int minimum. Okay, so I'm taking it as, so that when I compare these values, other values in an array will be greater than this only, because it is an integer type. So I am taking the minimum. So I will store element equals to, this function is there, min function. In this I am using minimum from sorry, I need maximum, right? Maximum from element or array of I. Okay, now after that I will be printing C out ali. Okay, so let's call the function is largest, and I will be passing elements to it. Okay, so let's run it. So see, we got 12. 12 is the largest. Sorry. One error is here. Size of ARR. Okay, let's pass the size here only, which is a 6. And we are passing size 6 here. And let's take size as well. And okay, so let's run it again. Okay, so see 99. Let's give the 99. Okay, now let's solve one more problem. write a program to search an element in two-dimensional array. So let's create a function, search function. Okay, search function. I have to find this size and the target element. Suppose my target element is int target equals to, suppose it is 99. Okay, so whether it exists or not, I have to prove the target. Okay, so let's have one function search. Okay, int array int n comma int target. Okay, so we have to find the target element, right? So in for loop, I will be comparing if element equals to okay, if element equals to if arr of I equals to target element, means if we get the target element, then I will be printing cout find true. Let's print it true and null, and I will return from this true. Return means if we are calling the return statement, that means the calling of that function will end here. If we didn't find, then I will be printing here false. Okay, so let's run. Mhm. Okay, I have to use double quotes. Okay, so see, it's true. We found out. If not, then let's take it 100. So false. So in this way, this is all about the arrays. So in next session, we will be looking towards the two-dimensional array and we'll be solving more problems over arrays. Okay. So thank you for today.